Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are strapping in for something a bit different. An operational review, yes, but think less dry tactics. More. Well, more like a high-energy group therapy session caught on tape.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Our mission today is basically to pull out the key tactical moments, some really unusual gear choices, and, honestly, the nonstop, often dark, but always funny observations this team shared during a recent operation.
Absolutely. Maximum entertainment, maximum utility. That's the goal.
And our sources. They're fantastic. We've got detailed mission logs, post-action reports, self-critiques, but also just these raw, hilarious tangents. We're going to show how even high-level coordination sometimes gets, let's say, sidetracked by comedy.
And they set that tone right away, didn't they? Checking if they were in a bozo-rich environment and making it clear they wouldn't be like some hosts they'd heard before who sounded, quote, bored.
Definitely not bored here. They made it clear enthusiasm was, like, non-negotiable. It's the first piece of gear they equipped, apparently.
Ah, okay, so speaking of gear and planning, let's jump into the strategy.
Right, so the main objective was this foggy bottom sweep. That meant hitting a couple of key spots.
Yeah, first the Navy Hill control point, and then they were prepping to take the DCD headquarters, District Central Data, right?
So,
A big one. And then the bank mission later.
Exactly. High-value targets. But what's interesting is their first choice. They went for the regular daily run, not the speed run.
And that tells you something, doesn't it? It's not about just getting it done fast.
No, it's just they wanted to really engage with it, get the most out of the mission itself. Like the complexity was part of the fun, more than just speed.
I like that, wanting the full experience. But okay, that commitment then immediately runs into the gear debate. And this is where, personal style just seems to completely trump any kind of standard doctrine.
Oh, absolutely. You hear this strong preference for the submachine gun sniper rifle boy loadout. That mix of close-in speed and long-range power.
Right, and that preference, it leads straight into some pretty intense trash talk about other loadouts.
Yeah, specifically heavy weapons, LMGs, AKs. The feeling was that using those in certain situations just makes you look like a poser.
A poser, really, like you're trying way too hard.
Exactly. It's like this immediate cultural line in the sand within the team.
But wait, doesn't that kind of thinking risk undermining things? I mean, if someone's actually good with an LMG, are they putting image first?
Well, and this is what's so great. You get this immediate contradiction. Because despite all the talk, the sources show one of them is that exception, the LMG sniper.
Okay, now that's interesting, an LMG sniper.
Yeah, this person consistently keeps their accuracy over 50% with a weapon that's really meant for suppression, not pinpoint shots. It just flies in the face of conventional wisdom.
Wow, so individual skill just kind of overrides the manual.
Pretty much. It shows you can forge these hybrid styles that shouldn't really work, but do.
Counterintuitive mastery. Okay, so once they actually get boots on the ground, their communication style. Something else. Forget standard callouts.
Oh, yeah. Get these hyper-specific, almost absurd commands.
Like what?
Well, things like telling someone to shoot an enemy specifically in the ass.
Okay.
Or targeting another one in the throat. It's precise, very effective, but delivered with this layer of, like, pure comedy.
And there was that one line that just captures the whole vibe, right? The agent aiming for the legs because the damage numbers were huge, saying something like,
Shooting in the knees. For Christ's sake, 2 million a pop.
yes, that's it. It shows they know exactly how the mechanics work, but they're making the violence sound just ridiculously specific at the same time.
Highly effective, but definitely not textbook. Though things didn't always go perfectly smoothly. There were some pretty funny fails in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, there's one point where they failed to cut off an enemy escape route. The reason? Simply, the boat sank.
Huh. You can't plan for that. The ultimate external variable.
Exactly. And then there's the classic friendly fire incident.
Yes. Someone steps into the line of fire.
Gets shot, and the shooter's immediate response is just this deadpan, oops.
That's perfect. Minimal fuss. Total understanding. It says everything about the team dynamic right there.
It really does. And we can't forget the discussion about leaving a control point too early. They called it premature exfiltration.
Which they immediately linked to the real-world concept of premature excitation,
Yeah.
right?
That's where the banter becomes this kind of coping mechanism, linking a tactical error to, common human stuff, making light of it.
Speaking of coping, the way they talked about the actual combat, it wasn't just about neutralizing targets, was it? It was more spectacular.
No, definitely. The goal, explicitly stated sometimes, was to make your corpse bounce.
Make it bounce! Seriously.
Yeah, and joking about filming it, sending the video to the enemy's mom, posting it on TikTok. It goes way beyond just winning the fight.
It's like this extreme internal theater for themselves. Shared dark humor.
Exactly. Internal theater, I like that. And it carried on with these really graphic descriptions of kills.
Yeah, like emptying a clip into someone's ruer lower regions.
And another enemy who apparently just exploded into a puddle of fire.
Wow, and the pure randomness, like deciding not to open a door, but just
Felt like shooting the wall instead. It's this controlled chaos, but effective chaos.
And that feeling, that sort of gleeful absurdity, it peaked during the planning for the bank mission, didn't it?
Oh, the bank mission plan, yes. They got into a serious discussion about leaving an upper decker in the CEO's office toilet.
Okay, for anyone listening who might not know the term, that's not in the bowl, but in the tank.
Correct. Yeah. In the tank. And their justification was brilliant. They called it insidious toilet torture.
Insidious? Why insidious?
Because of the delay. The victim wouldn't know until later when they try to flush and nothing. Or worse, it's psychological warfare via plumbing.
That is a uniquely messed up KPI for mission success. Delayed toilet trauma. Amazing.
Truly unique. And this quirky dialogue was just constant. Like they get a warning to avoid a nearby concert hall.
And immediately the reaction is, oh, we should definitely avoid it. The singer's probably bad anyway.
Right. And that they should go get a McDonald's Happy Meal instead.
Priorities, you know? Urban combat, concert critique, fast food cravings, all in one breath.
And the environmental observations, too. Just noticing weird stuff.
Like the civilian just standing there.
Yeah. Stationary in the middle of the road like a horror movie, right near all the shooting. Totally unfazed.
The ability to track the tactical situation and spot the random horror movie civilian, that's some serious multitasking.
Shows how aware they are, even down to the absurd details. And they didn't spare their own avatars either.
Oh, the character critique. Observing one player's character physique and diagnosing him with a terrible case of no acid at all.
See, even digital bodies get scrutinized. And remember the noise.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what that sound was.
Oh, yeah. Agent, I didn't send you gunfire. You'll need definitely not gunfire.
Some nasty belching. Yep. A lot of gas. That's collaboration right there. Identifying mystery belches.
And yet, despite the belching analysis and the toilet scheming, when you look at the post-mission stats, they were actually really, really good.
They really were. Impressive numbers came out of all that chaos. One agent pulled off 72 headshot kills out of 76 total kills.
Which is just insane precision. And the comment afterwards...
It's classic self-deprecation, even while boasting.
Yeah.
Left a lot of brains behind. I weren't using them anyway.
Perfect. But they were tough on themselves too, weren't they? The self-critique was real.
Oh, yeah. One player realized their gear setup was actually resulting in negative damage. They called it the blood gun, or the Healing LMG.
A Healing LMG, taking damage away instead of dealing it.
Yeah. But acknowledging that while still getting the mission done, that shows some serious resilience.
Absolutely. And the final accuracy numbers were solid, too.
Yep. 2 key players stayed above 50%, 52, and 54% accuracy. And this was during what they call the hardest control point of the game.
So top-tier performance, technically speaking, which makes what happened next even more fascinating.
Right. Because they didn't just switch off after the performance review. All that mental energy, that focus.
It flowed directly into this long, really passionate debate about, of all things, pop culture and book quality.
It's an amazing pivot. High-stakes tactical thinking straight into high-level intellectual sparring. They started ripping into the book Dungeon Crawler, Carl.
Acknowledging it was funny, sure, but then just tearing down the writing quality.
Calling it so badly written felt like a 14-year-old wrote it and somehow got it published.
And then they used that as a springboard, right, to talk about other big bestsellers they felt were just terribly written but super popular.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey came up, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The real frustration seemed to be, how did these terribly written books get so much praise?
It's a good question. Is it, like they wondered, is it widespread illiteracy? Or just that certain genres hit a nerve, regardless of the actual writing craft?
And you see, this whole tangent, it wasn't just complaining about books. It felt like another kind of team exercise.
Yeah.
A shared intellectual sparring match. Maybe a way to decompress really fast.
That makes sense. It's not about the books themselves. It's about the shared standard, the bonding over that critique. Okay, so shifting back to the game world for the final observations.
Right. They ended with a few funny bits about the environment itself, like spotting a rope high up in the final building that you just couldn't use.
Yeah, joking about the cryptic buildings and why the game even shows you the rope if you can't climb it, that little frustration.
It's always the small, illogical things they seem to zero in on for humor. And the Far Side reference.
Oh, yeah, the cartoon about the maestro.
Shh, the Mister is decomposing, citing that as just simple, perfect humor.
A good choice. And finally, the gear skin debate. Rejecting that steampunk look.
Firmly. The consensus was clear. Their avatars had to be card-carrying badasses. No cute vibe allowed.
Function menace. That's the brand. It sums up their whole approach, really.
It really does. Every choice, even down to aesthetics, reinforces this identity of serious competence mixed with nonstop, often absurd humor.
So this deep dive, I think, really captured that paradox. You've got this world-class accuracy, tight teamwork, side by side with discussions about Happy Meals, literary theory, and advanced toilet tactics.
It shows that a real operational review has to embrace all of it, right? The performance and the personality, the chaos included.
Exactly.
And the final takeaway from these sources, for me, is just how vital that shared, often ridiculous humor is in these high-intensity situations.
Yeah.
The ability to laugh at themselves, at the situation, whether it's making corpses bounce or planning toilet torture. That seems absolutely central to their morale and their resilience.
Which leads us to a final thought for you, the listener. Consider the power of that shared humor, those intellectual tangents like the book critique. In these environments where tactical skill is obviously paramount, could it be that the shared jerk, the ability to find humor in the madness, actually acts as a stronger, more durable kind of psychological armor than any piece of gear? Something to think about. That mental fortification. We'll let you chew on that one. Thanks for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you next time.